Knicks insider Ian Begley has revealed that Landry Shamet could be getting a Knicks contract soon, as a signing could be incoming, but under the very specific conditions that Shamet is healthy to play. And we'll see what happens, as the Knicks do not have an established ninth man, as right now it's Matt Ryan, and he hasn't had the hottest start to his Knicks career, and we're going to break this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video. Not going to ask you guys to subscribe. You know what? I don't want you to. Don't subscribe. Reverse psychology. Maybe it'll work. But actually, please subscribe. It really helps me out a ton. I mean, I'm doing this with strep throat. So, let's do this thing, guys. So, here's the thing. Landry Shamet, we all know he's a great player. We all know he was supposed to be the Knicks' ninth man, and then he dislocates his shoulder, as you guys can probably remember. Shoulder's popping out. Very clear it's a dislocation. Dude is out till at least December, and we're not even going to know if he needs surgery until December. So, it's going to be a while, guys. Here's the thing. He's certainly going to be the Knicks' ninth man if he's healthy enough, but there's a world where he's not. There's a world where Landry Shamet does not come back and that he's not healthy, and Ian Begley broke this down. Here's what he has to say. Now, he said the team's obviously incomplete at the moment, as Precious Achiuwa and Mitchell Robinson are out. Achiuwa will be out till around early December, Mitchell Robinson probably sometime in January, and Landry Shamet is still rehabbing his dislocated shoulder, and Begley mentions that if Shamet can make it all the way back, he still believes the Knicks will strongly consider re-signing him. I think that's basically a given that the New York Knicks would go in and try to re-sign Landry Shamet, because he's just a perfect ninth man for this team. He gives you a wing option. He's a very nice talent. I mean, over 348 games in his career, 9 points per game, shoots 38% from three, terrific corner three-point shooter, shoots over 40% from the corner routinely. Even last season, when he only shot 33.8% from three, he still shot above 40% in the corners. The Knicks love to shoot the corner three ball. They have a lot of elite corner three shooters, specifically Mikal Bridges, who shoots 47% from there, and then OG Anunoby, who shoots somewhere around 46% from there. So here's the thing, guys. Shamet fits the Knicks perfectly. He gives them a scoring punch off the bench that they could use. And Matt Ryan has just not had the greatest start to his Knicks career. It doesn't mean that he's finished or anything. He's 3 games in. He hasn't gotten consistent minutes, only playing 6.7 minutes per game with the Knicks so far. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Now, as I mentioned, he's just not playing that well, though. Only shooting 25% from three. And given this is on a couple attempts, we're not going to act like it's not. His PER is in the negatives, which only happens when you've played such a limited amount of time that you just happen to be really ineffective in those limited amounts of time. I mean, 16.7% from the field, 25% from three. Obviously, that his effective field goal percentage is 25%, 1 point per game. Like, yeah, he doesn't look great right now. Doesn't mean that that's always going to be the case. He's so early into his career. He's a guy who does one thing. He goes out there and he shoots threes, and he shoots threes really well. He's playing for the New York Knicks, the team he's always wanted to play for because he grew up a Knicks fan, going to Iona Prep and being one of the great players in New York high school basketball, specifically Catholic high school basketball. Now, Matt Ryan, great player. I'm a fan of him. I think he's going to get it together, but I don't think he's going to be in the Knicks rotation full time. I think they're going to go and find someone who's more of a shot creator for themselves, can create their own looks off the dribble. I think the Knicks are going to be interested in that. Now, Deuce McBride's been very good at that, putting up around 11 points per game, but there's always a world where they want a bigger guy to do that also, like a backup wing. The Knicks are they're desperately in need of a backup wing. They have a bunch of good wings, but they need a backup one, and maybe Matt Ryan becomes that. But as of right now, clearly, it's worrisome. When you're a shooter, you just get in your head sometimes, especially when you have to hit threes or you might lose your job. You're playing sporadic minutes because Tibbs isn't exactly giving him a ton of... He's not really giving Matt Ryan anything more than a very short leash. So Ryan knows that he has to go out there and perform, and that's definitely worrisome. It makes things difficult to perform. Now, I think they should just play Dadiet over him. I don't really see why they don't. Dadiet has also not really played much time, but he is shooting 50% on the 4 threes that he's taken this year, going 2 for 4. He's a PER of 10, which is obviously better than negative 3.5. Hasn't missed a free throw yet. Obviously, only shot a few, shooting 43% from the field, getting 2 points and 1.5 rebounds. His defense looks better than Matt Ryan's. I think Pacome is the guy who the Knicks should be going with, at least for right now. I mean, the Knicks should have 2 rookies in their rotation right now with Ariel Hukporti and Dadiet. After the game that we saw the New York Knicks play against the Brooklyn Nets, I think it's fair to assume that that's something that likely could happen. Now, Dadiet, he's young, dude. He's real young. Born in 2005, which is just absurd to me, considering I was born in 2001, and I look at these guys as grown men, and damn, man, time flies. But that's not the point of this video at all. Look, here's the thing, guys. I like Pacome. I'm a big fan of him. I've gone on record before saying I'm a big Dadiet fan. I am in the Pacome zone. I have a number 35 Dadiet jersey because he wore 35 in Summer League, and then he changed his number to 4, which sucks for me. But I'm an OG Pacome guy. Like, I'm big on this guy. I really think he'll be helpful for the Knicks. And also, why are we really playing Matt Ryan, who's going to be on the Knicks, 1, 2, 3 years, over Dadiet, who's 19? And as of right now, it looks like he'll be on the Knicks for the next decade. And we know the Knicks love to trade guys and not give rookie extensions, so there's a world where he's not. But it is something to think about, and you never know. I mean, the guy looks good in limited minutes. He looks better than Matt Ryan, and each of them have played limited minutes. Now, Landry Shamet, though, the man who this video was built around, here's the thing. He's great. He looks great. Well, he did in preseason. He looked like he'd be a very effective player for the Knicks, seemingly understood his exact role and did it well and gives the Knicks exactly what they need for a backup wing. He's a little bit short, but that's fine. I mean, hey, Josh Hart's a little short also, so it's fine. I mean, look, you can play bigger than you are Hart over height, of course. So, essentially, Landry Shamet, if he's healthy, he's going to get this spot. He's going to get signed. He's going to get the 9th man spot. It's all going to be good, and Landry Shamet's an excellent 9th man for a team. So, I would love this. I am a big fan of it, but there's always a world where his shoulder's not healthy, and the Knicks will not look to re-sign him because he doesn't have a healthy shoulder. And if that happens, then he's going to have to go out there, and they're going to have to find someone else, whether that's via trade, free agency, the buyout market in a couple months. We're going to see exactly what the New York Knicks want to go out there and do, because as of right now, it's pretty unclear what they're going to do or where they're going to go with that 15th man. It should be me personally, but that's beside the point. Look, in all fairness, it should be Dadiet over me. I mean, the man's a professional basketball player, and I'm a professional wearing an orange hoodie. Now, Leon Rose definitely has a plan. The man always has a plan. He's very calculated with the moves that he makes, and frankly, I do think Leon Rose wants them to re-sign Landry Shamet. He was a big fan of the signing at the time. It's why he brought him in. So they're probably focused on him. There's a reason why the Knicks went out there and did that G League draft stuff, picking both Matt Ryan first overall and then Landry Shamet second overall, where the Knicks G League team made trades to get that second overall pick because they initially had first or third. And they wanted to ensure that they could have Landry Shamet with them rehabbing within the New York Knicks organization, so we don't have to hear him in an ambulance with those sirens outside going to get surgery on his shoulder, and it'll be a shock to us. We'll know if we have to hear those sirens to send him to a hospital. So here's the deal. As Ian Begley mentioned a month ago, drafting Landry Shamet allows him to rehab his shoulder dislocation within the organization. There was initial optimism that Shamet can avoid shoulder surgery. That optimism remains. The Knicks can still maintain roster flexibility and have a spot for Shamet if he makes a full return from injury. So exactly what I was saying. Leon Rose is planning this out very, very well. And the New York Knicks, here's what we know about the New York Knicks, guys. We know that they want to have a deep bench. We know in case injuries hit, and injuries have already hit, that they want to still be able to play the end of their bench guys. Now, Matt Ryan's good for that. He's helpful. Great pickup, I think. I really like it. I think he'll bounce back. I think he'll be fine. Now, also on top of it, yes, the sirens are still going. That's what happens when you live in New York, guys. What are you going to do? But, look, they're going to have to figure someone else out also. They're going to have to bring in someone else. Maybe Lonnie Walker. Maybe some sort of wing. Maybe they make a trade, get a wing that way, using Precious Achiuwa or something like that, especially with the emergence of Ariel Hukporti, giving more rim protection than the Knicks initially thought they might have this season. It's very, very, very interesting to see what the Knicks are going to do and where the Knicks are going to go here, because all of this dates back to one thing. They are trying to replace Donte DiVincenzo one way or another, at least getting some form of Donte DiVincenzo. Hopefully not this version of Donte DiVincenzo, though, who in Minnesota has just... he just hasn't had it yet. And he'll probably bounce back. He's a great player. He's a great shooter. He does everything right. I've never heard anyone call him white chocolate, but okay. Or the Michael Jordan of Delaware, but he is from Delaware, so that's probably something from a while ago. Look, Donte has not played very well since leaving the New York Knicks, and frankly, the New York Knicks, they need a guy similar to Donte DiVincenzo, and the most similar guy that they've been able to find is Landry Shamet. So, the New York Knicks are most likely going to try to keep Landry Shamet on the team as long as he's fully healthy, and if not, they probably have a backup plan that they're ready to strike on. It's just they're waiting on Landry Shamet to see what's going to happen there, which is definitely the right move. He's one of the best NBA sort of free agents right now, I guess. Like, in theory, he could be signed away by another team, I guess. But, like, no one's going to because they know he's injured and they know where he wants to be, and that's the New York Knicks. But I do want to know what you guys think. Do you want Landry Shamet back? Do you want to move in a different direction because he's not healthy? And we already saw what happened with the Julius Randle shoulder stuff, and we don't want to go back through that again for another player where it's the same deal, same shoulder, same everything. Does he need surgery? Does he not? Are we going to find out too late? Is it going to be a problem? Matt Ryan is only on a non-guaranteed contract, so the Knicks can work out a lot of flexibility and literally waive both Shamet and Matt Ryan and be completely fine to be able to sign two of their guys in free agency. I'm interested to see what happens. Let me know down below. Leave a comment on your thoughts. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Yes, the sirens are still going. Welcome to Manhattan, people. Right near MSG, man. Go Knicks. Also, the UFC fights are on, so that's probably why.